Welcome to my channel Living Linux. In a previous video I showed you Half-Life with Batocera on RISC-V, but Batocera is only available for the VisionFive 2 for RISC-V, and that gave me the idea to try to build Xash3D on my SpacemiT K3. Now you might be wondering, why am I looking at a Raspberry Pi forum? Well, it happens quite often that if you can build it on a Raspberry Pi, that you can use these instructions to build it on a lot of single board computers. And in this case, it also made it clear for me how to build it on RISC-V. And perhaps if I had read the documentation thoroughly, that I might have figured it out myself, but at least in this case it gave me the instructions to build it on my SpacemiT K3 without having to go through the documentation very thoroughly. So that saved me some time. So you can just follow these instructions, and you can see here that we're building Xash3D, and they also explain how to build the Half-Life SDK, and it will also tell you to copy some of the libraries into your game launch directory, and you also need to copy two libraries from the Half-Life SDK. So for the Raspberry Pi and probably other ARM SBCs, it's ARM64, but since we're on RISC-V, they will be named Client RISC-V and Half-Life RISC-V. You don't have to do anything special for that because it recognizes the architecture. And yeah, that was a bit surprising, at least for me, because with Batocera on RISC-V I was able to use the game console, but so far I wasn't able to get that working, and apparently they didn't have it working on the Raspberry Pi 5 either. But you can change the CFG files, for instance, to show the frames per second, and I also disabled the vertical sync so that it can render at more than 60 frames per second. And from there you should be good to go. There's one thing though. So if you go through the build instructions from the Xash3D GitHub repository, they will tell you that you can do some things before you do the WAF configure, or at least you can see some options. So here you can see that I'm running on a SpacemiT K3, which is a RISC-V SoC. Now let's have a look at the options that are available, and the one that I used was enable all renderers. So instead of just doing waf.configure, you can do like this. So to look like this. And from there you should be good to go. And the only thing that you need to be aware of is, yeah, that's when you copy the files, that you're not copying just the GL library, but also the other renderers. So if we have a look at how the game launch directory will look like, so you can see that we have the GL library, GL4ES, GLES1, GLES2, and GLES3 compat, and also software rendering. That's in case it can't use any of the others. So I think that that's all there is to it. Yeah, because for instance, like with the Half-Life SDK, they do tell you how to build it, but they don't tell you, or at least I wasn't able to see clearly about the two files that you have to copy. So I think that's in, where did it go? Or is it in here? Oh, the valve, yeah, valve. So I think one goes here, you can see here, RISC-V, and the other one goes here. Now, there are also some options to start Xash3D, and so you can do it like this, or at least I thought it's like this. That's interesting. No, that was not it. I also built GL4ES, but I didn't see any changes with that. Now, why isn't it showing it anymore? Perhaps with GL4ES that it's a bit messing things up. So let's see. Yeah, well, apparently with GL4ES you don't get the help information. And this is a little bit annoying that it doesn't show everything. But what you can do is select all and do copy, and then paste it so you can see everything. Now, there was one thing that I was really interested in, and that was changing the renderer DLL. But unfortunately, I wasn't really able to get any different results with that. But so let's just say so you can try with GLES1, for instance. So if you give a wrong name, then it will show an error. But if it's a correct name, then it will start. So if we look at the video modes, yeah, the menus are a bit hit and miss. So if you click just outside of the box, then you can, as you can see, change at least the renderer, or at least go through the list of the renderers. Not every menu is working. So I don't know if the Batocera team did some additional changes to the code. So it is behaving a little bit different on my SpacemiT K3 than it is behaving with Batocera on the VisionFive to RISC-V SBC. Anyway, let's start a game. Yeah, one more thing, that the first time the CFG files are not available, so just start Half-Life and then you can quit, and then all the CFG files should be there, and then you can make the changes that you want.
Good morning and welcome to the Black Mesa Transit System. This automated train is provided for the security and convenience of the Black Mesa.
So I disabled VSync, so you can see we're running at 100 FPS.
Time is 8:47 a.m. Current topside temperature is 93 degrees, with an estimated high of 100.
And I also checked with Batocera on the VisionFive 2, and when I disabled the VSync, then it was also running at 100 frames per second. So let's load a game where... So
about 20 minutes ago, and I'm still trying to find my files. Just one of those days, I guess. They were having some problems down in the test chamber, too, but I think that's all straightened out. They told me to make sure you headed down there as soon as you got into your hazard suit.
So let's walk around a bit.
Now, where did I leave that shutdown procedure chart? Someone's hidden my glasses again. The sample was just delivered to the test chamber.
So this is all looking okay, and well, sometimes when it's loading something, then there's a small hiccup, but other than that, it all looks okay to me. So yeah, it's again, I'm a little bit surprised that it's not behaving in the same way as it does with Xash3D with Batocera, but again, perhaps they have made some changes that are not in the standard documentation. So, but in itself, happy that I got it working on the SpacemiT K3, and yeah, perhaps if anyone knows how to get it working in the same way as it is working with Batocera, then yeah, I would love to know. So this is all for now, and I hope to see you again in my next video.